One of your favorite memories never happened, and you'll never know which one. A birthday, a fight, or something darker. Your memory is not a recording. Every time you remember something, your brain rebuilds it and changes the details without telling you, which means a memory can be planted. No permission, no trace, no way to tell. Scientists proved how easy it is. 70% of people confess to a crime they never committed, a theft, an assault, some of them involving a weapon. They cried, they apologized, they described the police, the room, and exactly how it felt. There was only one problem. None of it ever happened. Not one of them had ever committed a crime. The memories were planted, and the same thing could be done to you right now, and you would never be able to tell the difference. Most people assume memory works like a camera. Something happens, your brain records it, and the file gets stored away somewhere in your head. When you want it back, you pull the file out, press play, and watch it again exactly as it happened. That is the model almost everyone walks around with, and it is completely wrong. Here's what actually happens. A memory is not a file. It is a pattern scattered across millions of connections in your brain. And when you remember something, you do not press play. You rebuild it
Live.
from those scattered pieces in the present moment. You are not watching the past. You are reconstructing it right now. Like an artist redrawing a picture from memory. And just like that artist, you get a few details wrong every single time. A color here, a face there, a word that was never said. But it gets stranger because of what happens next. Scientists discovered that the moment you pull a memory up, it does not stay solid. It becomes soft again, editable. For a short window, that memory is unlocked, malleable, and open to change before your brain files it away again. This is called reconsolidation, and it means something deeply unsettling. Every time you revisit a memory, you are not protecting it. You are putting it at risk. The memories you revisit the most, your most precious ones, are the memories that have been rewritten the most times. The memory you trust the most may be the least accurate one you have. So how easy is it to plant something that was never there? In one famous experiment, researchers gave people stories from their childhood. Most of the stories were true. But one story was invented, a detailed account of being lost in a shopping mall, frightened and crying, before being rescued by an elderly stranger. It never happened. And yet, many people believed it. Not only that, they began to remember it. They added details the researchers never gave them. The color of the stranger's shirt, what the mall smelled like, how scared they felt. They were remembering in vivid detail a day that never existed. And it doesn't even take a whole story. Sometimes it takes a single word. People watched a video of a car crash. Afterward, some were asked how fast the cars were going when they hit each other. Others were asked how fast they were going when they smashed into each other. Same video, one different word. The people who heard smashed remembered the cars going faster. And a week later, many remembered seeing broken glass. There was no broken glass. The word had reached into their memory and added it. That is all it took. One word. And the past quietly rearranged itself. Now think back to that crime experiment. The scientist didn't use force. She didn't use drugs. She simply sat down with each person, referenced a fake event their parents had supposedly confirmed, and asked them to try to remember it. The first time they couldn't, so she asked them to imagine it, picture it, come back, try again. And slowly, their imagination and their memory began to blur together until they could no longer tell which was which. By the end, 70% of them had a detailed memory of a crime they never committed. They could see it, they could feel the guilt. It was indistinguishable from something real. And that is the part that should genuinely frighten you. Not that false memories exist, but that they feel exactly the same as real ones. There is no signal, no watermark, no little flag in your mind that says this one is true, and this one is invented. From the inside, they are identical, which means you are walking around right now completely certain about things that may never have happened. And there is no test you can run on yourself to find out. This is not just a curiosity, it has destroyed lives. For decades, eyewitness testimony was treated as gold. Someone points across a room and says, "That's the person. I'll never forget that face." Juries believed them. Then DNA testing arrived, and we were finally able to check. The largest cause of wrongful convictions was eyewitness memory. People who were certain. People who were honest. People who genuinely remembered a face that was never there. They didn't lie. Their memory did. And here is the twist. This is not a flaw. Your brain is not broken. Memory was never built to record the past. It was built to help you survive the future. Accuracy was never the goal. Usefulness was. A memory that bends slightly to fit the lesson is more useful to a survival machine than one that stays perfectly true. So your brain traded away the truth a very long time ago and never told you. So step back and think about what this means. Your personality, your relationships, the lessons you've learned, the story of who you are, all of it is built on memory. And every memory is a reconstruction, rebuilt, edited, rewritten again and again. The person you think you are is assembled from the single most unreliable source you have access to, and you can never step outside it to check. You cannot compare your memories to the real footage, because there is no footage. There is only the story your brain keeps redrawing, a little differently each time, then handing back to you with complete confidence as the truth. So tonight, when you replay a memory, a good one, a painful one, the moment you think defines you, understand what you're doing. You are not opening a window to the past. You are picking up a story that has already been rewritten more times than you will ever know, and rewriting it once more simply by remembering it. You are the author of your own past. And the cruelest part is this: you don't get to read it. You only get to keep writing it, certain every single time that you're simply remembering what was always there. You are not who you remember being. You are only who you have most recently remembered being. And tomorrow, when you remember again, you will quietly become someone slightly new, and you will never even notice it happen.